When it comes to impactful music or movie viewing, concert venues and movie theaters are out of the picture for now. And what you have in your living room, backpack, or pocket is in. But how do you even get anywhere close to what you experienced outside your home? I'm going to show you how to level up your mobile movie and music game with 2 tips. Let's go! Hey, if anything you hear in this video helps you, if any of our other videos have helped you, please consider hitting us with that thumbs up, hitting that subscribe, and hitting that notification bell so you'll be notified when we upload the latest content. Atmos, 360 Reality, THX, HDR 10+, Dolby Vision, spatial audio. The terms are seemingly endless, so how do you figure out what all of this means for you? Well, you don't have to, because that's what I'm here for. The trick to leveling up your experience is going to be a combination of hardware and services, with the most important element being service. So let's begin there. Tip number 1, choosing the right service. What is it you want? Music? Movies? It's important to know what services support what types of audio and video formats. Let's begin with the services which support leveling up your movie experience. Then we'll talk tunes for you music lovers. So, Dolby Vision and HDR, what exactly do they do? The aim of both is to make your movies on your TV and, in this case, mobile, brighter with better contrast and a broader range of color. In other words, just make movies on your display look more detailed and more lifelike. And not to worry, although you'll benefit from newer phones, Dolby Vision and HDR on the service side are not hardware driven. It's all about the software. So getting the best movie viewing is going to be up to the service provider. Amazon Video, iTunes, Apple TV+, Netflix, and YouTube all support HDR. When looking for HDR content on each service, just look out for the HDR acronym in the description or product page of the movie or show you're looking for. For YouTube, you'll find HDR under the Quality tab and sometimes in the video's descriptions. You need to know that the movie studio actually has to master their content in HDR, so not all movies or shows you'll find on these services will be available in HDR. Tip number 2, the hardware. Let's look at display hardware. Although the difference in quality between a phone which doesn't support HDR and one that does is appreciable, it is definitely not as stark a contrast as it is on televisions which do and do not support HDR, just because of the size difference in the displays. In terms of getting the top quality from a display, the usual suspects will bring you outstanding viewing experiences for cinema, as well as some newcomers. Samsung's Galaxy line, Apple's recent iPhones, Google's Pixels, and the OnePlus lines are all beautifully appointed in terms of their ability to deliver images with solid brightness and contrast, though if you're looking for actual 4K and HDR on mobile, Sony's Xperia 1 Mark II is the clear winner here. Then there's TCL's 10 Pro with Next Vision. It's new to the game, but its display is absolutely gorgeous. You won't go wrong with any of these phones for leveling up, and if you're on a budget, the Google and TCL phones are your best bets. Now, the display category is pretty straightforward in terms of finding that great content, but what isn't as cut and dry is audio, and that's where we're going to spend the rest of the time in this review. I actually think the audio component is more impactful than the visuals. Just think of your favorite horror film. What really made it scary? Have you ever watched Tron Legacy? As much as I enjoyed that movie, it was Daft Punk's scoring and soundtrack which made the film what it was. Sound design and score are as much a character as the physical actors, even when it seems there is no sound, like in the hit movie A Quiet Place. At the root of much of this sound design is a name you're probably familiar with, Dolby. Known for their technological prowess in the theater realm, they're doing some impressive stuff in the mobile space, so I went right to the source to enlighten you all with how you can level up your audio experience on mobile.
We've done some surveys about how consumers want to watch their entertainment, and we're seeing about 60% of consumers are using PCs, smartphones, tablets to consume entertainment. And so it's kind of this consistent migration of getting amazing experiences wherever you are.
Can you give me just maybe 3 tips, 3 things I can do, I should do to best experience Dolby Atmos, Dolby Vision on my mobile device, my phone or tablet?
Yeah, so if you're an Android user, there's a ton of phones from Samsung, from Huawei, from Oppo that already support Dolby Atmos. And with those phones, if you're connecting to a service that supports Dolby Atmos, then you're going to be able to get that experience. And we're starting to see that happen with HBO Max. We're starting to see that in music, as you've seen with Tidal. And this is the beginning. I mean, you're identifying that there's a trend happening. We're at the beginning of that trend, and there are going to be more services and more ability to get that content. If you're in the iPhone world, then AirPods Pro support Dolby Atmos using their spatial features, and Apple TV Plus along with HBO Max support the spatial experience with Dolby Atmos, just basically out of the box. And of course, on the Android side, Samsung has recently released the Galaxy Buds, which have Dolby technology for head tracking and making Dolby Atmos kind of come to life in a really big way.
Let's continue on with tip number 2. In this case, choosing the right audio hardware. With that said, Dolby Atmos doesn't require special earbuds or headphones to take your listening to the next level, although the quality of your earbuds or your headphones will definitely have an impact on the overall sound quality of your content. And over-ear headphones will have a bigger sound than some of the earbuds, with the exceptions that we'll touch on in a moment. If you want to use your analog or corded headphones, you can pick up one of a number of Bluetooth digital analog converters like this one from FiiO, the BTR3K. It connects to your mobile device over Bluetooth using the highest quality Bluetooth streaming standard your phone supports and passes that signal to your wired headphones. And you can find it for around $70. The ultimate level for your movie experience is going to come from a relatively new addition to the field of audio options on mobile, and that is spatial audio equipped earbuds or headphones, also known as 360 audio. For now, there are only 3 options in this category: Apple's AirPods Pro and Pro Max, and Samsung's Galaxy Buds Pro. Using Thor Ragnarok, I tested sound fidelity with the AirPods Pro, Galaxy Buds Pro, Jabra 85T, OnePlus Buds Z, Sony's venerable 1000 XM2s, and Audio-Technica's ATH MSR7 high-res headphones. I played the movie using an iPhone 12 Pro Max, Galaxy S21 Plus, and Sony's Xperia 1 Mark II as sources. Though the over-ear headphones were more airy, the earbuds presented a more punchy soundscape that was closer to theater listening to me. There were a couple reasons that was so. First, the earbuds are in your ear canal, so low-end sound effects like thuds, explosions, Thor's hammer strikes, or lightning claps all had much more punch than over-the-ear headphones. And though the sound separation that Atmos provides on mobile isn't hardware dependent, all of the headphones had a wonderfully layered mix. The best sound separation came through the AirPods Pro and the Galaxy Buds Pro. Listening to Ragnarok through both of these, hearing dialogue clearly was never labored. When Surtur drags his sword behind him, the separation between the sound and the ambient sound of the flames in the room is more apparent, though the difference was nuanced, and frankly, many listeners will be fine with the $50 OnePlus Buds Z. But this is about leveling up, and for that, it makes it a tie for now between both the AirPods Pro and the Galaxy Buds Pro. But what about those of you who wake up listening to music and go to bed with it? Dolby Atmos, and Sony's 360 Reality Audio, and high-resolution music services like Tidal, Amazon HD, Qobuz or Qbuzz, and Deezer Hi-Fi may be the way to go. For this review, I listened to Tidal using the Airpods Pro, Galaxy Buds Pro, and Sony's XM2s, all using their respective branded phones, and the results were impressive. When searching up music on Tidal, you're met with tracks labeled either normal, high, hi-fi, master, Dolby, or 360. In terms of quality offered on Tidal, normal and high are the lowest, hi-fi is better, with master being the best, but Dolby and 360, there's something altogether different. If music matters to you and you want to take it to the next level, master tracks are superb. And with 50,000 master tracks available, chances are you'll find much of what you're looking for. I found obscure hip-hop tracks from the 80s and 90s, for example, tracks from Black Moon, and more popular tracks from iconic artists like Big Daddy Kane. I was even surprised to find a master track from 90s artist Apache. But the real magic when leveling up comes in the form of Dolby and Sony 360. Dolby has a much larger library of tracks than 360, but at best, what you get is an experience which allows you to sit in on a concert with the band. Or at least that's what it sounds like. Dolby and 360's quality is going to depend on how well the artists and engineers remaster the tracks using Dolby and 360 technology. So your experience will vary from track to track or from artist or album to album. For me, the best experience so far has been listening to Art Blakey and the Jazz Messengers' Moanin', remastered in 2013 for Dolby Atmos, originally released in 1958. The horns, the snares, piano, and saxophone are also beautifully layered. You're right there on stage in the middle of the recording. It's a very transformative way to listen, especially with our gathering options so limited right now. And here's the thing, Atmos and Reality 360 sound great across all of the headphones and earbuds I tested. There were nuanced differences though. The biggest, flattest sound came from Sony's and Audio-Technica's over-ears, while the AirPods Pro and the Galaxy Buds Pro, as well as Jabra's Elite 85Ts, all had the best sound separation and warmest reproduction, which for me ultimately made them the most immersive listening experience where you can just close your eyes and lose yourself in the track. And although I have more testing time I need to put in, my initial run through left me feeling like the best overall experience was actually Samsung's Galaxy Buds Pro. I'll get into that more in depth when I review them fully, but for now, here we are. And so that's that. Do these things and you too will have leveled up. You'll be getting as close to that movie-going and concert listening experience as you're going to get on mobile until you can get back outside the house.
I couldn't hear what you said.
I wasn't talking to you. Until you can get back outside the house again with some regularity. But I think that to a great degree, this is going to be a part of our new reality. So much like I'm learning to not rely on a gym to get my fitness in, being able to enjoy immersive content, whether that's in your living room or in your pocket, is a great way to ensure that you'll always have the best in entertainment, no matter what the world throws at you and I. Hey, I'm Tshaka Armstrong for Reviews.org. We don't take it lightly that you spent your time watching with us. We appreciate you. If there's anything that I didn't answer, any questions you have, leave those in the comments below. Love chatting with you all. I'll get to those comments. I will catch you on the next video.